On November 15, 2024, Saturn goes direct in Aquarius, marking a transformative period characterized by clarity, action, and disciplined growth. Situated in Shuddhabhisha Nakshatra, Saturn's direct movement brings stability following its retrograde phase, which pushed individuals and society at large to revisit foundational aspects of life. Aquarius, ruled by Saturn, is a sign associated with collective ideals, technological advancement, and humanitarian values, so this direct motion is expected to encourage progressive yet grounded initiatives. As Saturn transitions to Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra on December 26, 2024, and eventually moves into Pisces on March 29, 2025, individuals will increasingly seek balance between material goals and spiritual fulfillment. It's important to note that these insights are based on Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference from the tropical zodiac. In Aquarius, Saturn is in its own sign, where it governs society, long-term ambitions, and collective responsibilities. Aquarius symbolizes humanitarianism, technology, and innovation, all of which will see substantial redefinition under Saturn's influence. Shuddhabhisha Nakshatra, where Saturn turns direct, brings qualities of healing, introspection, and the quest for hidden truths. Often referred to as the 100 Physicians, Shuddhabhisha intensifies Saturn's focus on unraveling personal and collective issues, bringing the necessity to heal old wounds and realign with higher principles. During Saturn's retrograde, the collective has been pushed to assess social dynamics, work habits, and personal aspirations. Shuddhabhisha's energy has enhanced this by encouraging inward reflection on traumas or fears that could be blocking growth. As Saturn moves direct, individuals and society at large may find it easier to bring practical solutions to problems. There's a shift from contemplation to concrete action, which will see many moving forward in projects or goals they have been refining. Saturn's direct motion calls for grounded decision-making and taking responsibility for one's actions, especially in areas related to personal discipline and community contributions. On December 26, Saturn re-enters Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, which lies on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces and signifies a bridge between material and spiritual areas. This nakshatra, symbolized by a two-faced man, represents duality, transformation, and the preparation for letting go. Under Purvabhadrapada's influence, Saturn's energy will gradually nudge people to release outdated beliefs and attachments, making way for a spiritual rebirth when Saturn eventually enters Pisces. The period between Saturn's entry into Purvabhadrapada and its final shift into Pisces will be one of intense personal transformation. Purvabhadrapada governs the impulse to detach from material pursuits and embrace inner growth. People may feel a strong call to simplify their lives, shedding what no longer serves them in preparation for Saturn's entry into the spiritually charged Pisces. This nakshatra often deals with intense emotions, and with Saturn's influence, there will be a focus on purging negativity and building a resilient mindset. Mars, which entered Cancer on October 20, 2024, will remain in this emotionally charged sign for an extended period due to its retrograde cycle. Mars aspecting Saturn from Cancer stirs deep-seated emotions, particularly around issues of security, family, and personal values. This aspect brings an intense drive but requires discipline to harness it effectively. Emotional impulses may clash with Saturn's demand for structure and moderation, creating tension that must be managed with patience. Rather than reacting impulsively, Saturn's direct motion encourages a thoughtful approach to handling relationships, responsibilities, and career goals. This combination suggests that challenges, particularly emotional or familial, will require maturity and self-discipline to navigate. Simultaneously, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and wisdom, is retrograding in Taurus, adding another layer of introspection, particularly regarding financial decisions, personal values, and security. Jupiter's retrograde motion urges a careful re-evaluation of investments, career goals, and relationships, encouraging individuals to make more deliberate choices. While Saturn's direct motion pushes people to take decisive actions, Jupiter retrograde advocates patience and prudence, particularly in financial matters. This influence will continue until Jupiter turns direct in early 2025, so it is essential to balance ambition with caution during this period. Aquarius is a sign associated with social progress, humanitarian ideals, and collective responsibilities. Saturn's direct motion in Aquarius marks a period where these themes may come to the forefront, calling for societal restructuring and a renewed focus on unity. For the past several months, people and organizations may have been rethinking their role in society and contemplating how to contribute. Now, with Saturn direct, there will be momentum to implement these changes. In workplaces, this could mean restructuring systems to improve efficiency and adopting fairer, more sustainable practices. Within communities, there may be a surge in initiatives aimed at inclusivity, environmental responsibility, and technological innovation. Saturn in Aquarius supports projects that aim for long-term benefits rather than immediate gains, so people are likely to be drawn to efforts that address deep-seated societal issues like education reform, healthcare access, and climate change. This period is ideal for those in leadership positions to implement structured, disciplined approaches that align with the greater good. Saturn's direct motion encourages a disciplined, balanced approach to life, helping you prioritize long-term goals over personal desires. With Saturn in Aquarius and moving towards Pisces, themes of detachment and inner strength become prominent, nudging you to release unnecessary attachments and focus on resilience. This period supports managing stress through mindfulness and structured routines, while also encouraging you to confront unresolved issues for meaningful personal growth. As Saturn prepares to enter Pisces in March 2025, the focus will shift from Aquarius's progressive energy to Pisces's introspective qualities, emphasizing spirituality, compassion, and healing. This transition is a rare chance to align material and spiritual goals, setting a strong foundation for personal transformation and deeper fulfillment. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current dasha period. This transit may manifest differently for each individual, and how they navigate this transit will depend on their personal charts. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining Saturn's Ashtaka score in Aquarius. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit are contingent on Saturn's interaction with the planets in individual birth charts. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Saturn's dasha periods may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, as Saturn turns direct in Aquarius on November 15th, this marks a pivotal time especially regarding friendships, long-term goals, financial gains, and professional development. Saturn rules both your 10th house of career and 11th house of gains, and with Saturn moving forward in its own sign, your potential for financial and social rewards increases significantly. This forward motion releases you from the delays and internal restructuring of Saturn's retrograde phase, inviting you to act with renewed focus, ambition, and discipline to achieve your goals. With Saturn as the ruler of your 10th and 11th houses, this transit places a strong emphasis on professional growth, wealth accumulation, and social status. Saturn's direct motion in the 11th house indicates that any stagnation in career advancements, delayed promotions, or income gains will now begin to progress. You may find yourself better positioned to achieve a long-sought promotion, a new professional role, or an opportunity that enhances your reputation. The 11th house's association with easy income flow and gains suggests that financial rewards are within reach, particularly if you've been putting in hard work during Saturn's retrograde phase. This period is also ideal for investments and financial planning, with gains likely from long-term investments like real estate, fixed deposits, or even stock market ventures. Saturn's aspect on your 5th house, related to speculation, can favor those involved in stocks or cryptocurrency. However, it's essential to take a conservative, long-term and patient approach, as Saturn favors steady, well-considered decisions. If you're in business, you may also witness an increase in profits, client connections, and opportunities to expand your network, further boosting your income potential. As the 11th Lord, Saturn's direct transit encourages you to strengthen your social networks and solidify bonds with colleagues and friends. Networking and collaborations that had been sluggish or challenging during Saturn's retrograde phase are now more likely to progress, bringing new opportunities for alliances that can advance your personal and professional goals. This is a favorable period for expanding your network. Some old friends or acquaintances may reappear, offering unexpected support or collaborative prospects. This transit supports you in building a solid reputation within your social circles, possibly gaining recognition for your contributions and achievements. The influence of Saturn in Aquarius is especially potent for cultivating meaningful connections, where authenticity and reliability are highly valued. With increased responsibilities, however, it's important to remain mindful of your commitments, as Saturn's energy demands accountability and endurance in all relationships. Though Saturn's direct motion brings many positive shifts, Mars' debilitation in Cancer, your 4th house, can introduce some emotional tension, especially within the family and domestic environment. Mars' weakened influence might lead to moments of frustration or passive aggression, impacting personal relationships. This could create a sense of inner conflict or discomfort in handling family matters, making it important to approach household and familial issues with patience and calmness. Mars aspect on Aquarius, where Saturn resides, adds an unpredictable quality to your social interactions, so it's wise to avoid impulsive decisions in friendships or new alliances. Mental health is another area to consider, as Mars debilitation might make it difficult for you to find emotional grounding. Spending time with family, focusing on self-care, and managing stress through healthy routines can help you maintain your emotional balance during this transit. Remember, while Saturn demands responsibility, it also rewards those who take the time to nurture their personal and emotional well-being. The 11th house represents ambitions, aspirations, and the fulfillment of desires, making Saturn's direct transit here especially powerful for turning dreams into reality. This is a favorable time for you to pursue long-term goals that may have seemed unreachable or were postponed. Whether it's a personal milestone, career ambition, or a creative endeavor, this transit provides you with the structure and discipline necessary to realize your aspirations. Saturn's direct motion is an astrological green light for you to focus on strategic planning and disciplined action to bring your desires to fruition. Any project or dream that demands dedication and patience will benefit greatly from Saturn's direct influence. As Saturn governs discipline, structure, and endurance, this transit encourages you to build solid foundations in various aspects of life, from career and finances to relationships and personal values. This period is an invitation to think long-term, focusing on sustainable growth rather than short-term gratification. If you approach this transit with a commitment to structure and organization, you'll find yourself better prepared for future challenges and responsibilities Saturn brings when it enters Pisces, your 12th house, in March 2025. In preparation for this shift, consider addressing any areas of your life where stability and consistency are lacking. The 11th house's themes of community and collective well-being mean that teamwork and social involvement can be especially rewarding. Saturn rewards those who take on responsibility, and this direct motion presents you with the opportunity to solidify not only your ambitions but also the relationships and values that will carry you forward. While Saturn's direct motion brings much-needed stability, Mars' debilitation in the 4th house and Jupiter's retrograde in the 2nd house may introduce some financial and emotional challenges. Jupiter's retrograde in Taurus impacts your finances, family matters, and communication. Misunderstandings or unresolved issues may arise, requiring you to exercise caution, especially in money-related conversations or family disputes. Jupiter's retrograde may erratic results in its capacity to bring expansion and abundance to financial matters, making it necessary for you to adopt a conservative approach. Overall, this period marks a time of profound growth, accomplishment, and stabilization for you. With Saturn turning direct in your 11th house, you're encouraged to prioritize your goals, strengthen your networks, and establish a firm foundation for the future. However, navigating the influences of Mars and Jupiter will require careful balance and thoughtful decision-making. By embracing Saturn's lessons of discipline and responsibility during this transit, you'll be well equipped to reap rewards in your life. For Taurus, Saturn's direct motion in Aquarius beginning November 15th brings a period of substantial career advancement, heightened responsibilities, and a stronger focus on balancing professional and personal life. As Saturn governs both your 9th and 10th houses, its direct motion will emphasize career growth, educational pursuits, and long-distance opportunities, potentially bridging personal beliefs with professional ambitions. During this period, Saturn's direct transit empowers you to approach your career path with new clarity and momentum, as past setbacks may now evolve into forward-moving opportunities. Saturn's direct motion in the 10th house, which is its own house, promises a potent time for career advancement and professional recognition. As the lord of your 9th house of higher education, spirituality, and long-distance travel, and the 10th house of career and public standing, Saturn aligns these areas, bringing forth new opportunities that link education and career. You may now find it easier to progress in your chosen field, either by pursuing higher education, gaining advanced skills, or even receiving mentorship from a teacher or guru-like figure. The transit is also likely to increase interactions with superiors, and their support may further your professional objectives. If you're looking to establish a career or striving for growth within your current role, Saturn's direct motion can act as a powerful catalyst. This is a favorable time to ask for promotions, engage in long-term projects, or begin entrepreneurial ventures. The time after November 15th is ideal for strategic career moves. Saturn's structured influence favors meticulous planning, hard work, and gradual progress. With consistent effort, you may find yourself more visible in your industry and may even achieve high social standing. This period may also bring additional responsibilities within the workplace. You're likely to see your workload increase, but this will be beneficial in the long term, as Saturn's influence rewards patience and persistence. Embrace these added tasks as a chance to solidify your reputation and demonstrate your leadership qualities. Large organizations, government roles, or institutions are likely to provide particularly fruitful environments for career growth under Saturn's governance. However, Mars' debilitated position in your third house during this transit adds a layer of complexity to work dynamics, especially in communication. With Mars aspecting Saturn, you may feel frustration in expressing ideas or asserting yourself in professional settings. Being overly assertive or passive in interactions could hinder progress, so be mindful of your tone in the workplace and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Despite this challenge, learning to communicate clearly and assertively, without letting frustrations show, can enhance relationships with colleagues and strengthen your position. While career advancements are on the horizon, Saturn's direct motion also brings family responsibilities into focus. You may need to find a delicate balance between family life and career obligations. If you're married, extra energy may be needed to maintain peace and understanding within your partnership. Saturn's serious and disciplined influence in the 10th house could mean that familial duties might momentarily feel like a burden. However, meeting these responsibilities can bring stability and a deeper sense of accomplishment. This period also suggests that the involvement of family members, especially a father or mentor figure, could provide emotional and practical support. Whether through financial assistance or guidance, family input could play a significant role in your career decision-making. With Saturn ruling both your 9th and 10th houses, this period may open doors for long-distance travel or higher education linked to career growth. If you're looking to enhance your credentials, it might be beneficial to pursue educational opportunities abroad or engage in a specialized program that could elevate your standing in your field. Those who have applied for higher studies or roles in foreign institutions may finally receive positive responses. The focus here is on strategic learning, whether it's formal education or on-the-job training, that could add value to your current role or prepare you for future responsibilities. Saturn's position may also make you feel the need for philosophical or spiritual grounding, as the 9th house governs higher beliefs and wisdom. Engaging in practices or studies that deepen your understanding of your field and values could provide a steady foundation for personal and professional development. During this period, you can expect gradual improvement in financial and social status. Saturn's position in the 10th house can lead to more secure income sources and improved professional credibility. Although Saturn is generally a slow-moving planet that emphasizes sustained effort over quick gains, its direct motion promises steady financial progress, especially for those in organized roles or government jobs. However, with Jupiter retrograde in your first house, it may take extra effort to maintain financial stability, and self-reflection will be essential in managing both resources and self-image. On a social level, Saturn's influence highlights the importance of establishing trustworthy networks and maintaining strong professional contacts. Your reputation among peers and superiors can solidify during this time, especially if you work on maintaining respectful and harmonious relationships in your field. The 10th house also enhances your public image, and Saturn's direct transit can help you achieve recognition, potentially elevating your social standing and network. The debilitated Mars in Cancer can bring some tension in communication, impacting your ability to express yourself with ease. Mars' position may lead to either suppressed or overly assertive expressions of frustration, especially in close relationships or while handling short-distance travel and daily tasks. It's essential to stay mindful of this tendency, particularly when dealing with colleagues or family members, as emotional stress could affect your personal and professional relationships. Patience and self-control will be vital here, as Saturn rewards those who approach life's challenges with discipline and composure. Overall, Saturn turning direct in Aquarius offers you a chance to make tangible career advancements, improve family relationships, and establish financial and social stability. The energy of this transit, grounded in discipline and hard work, encourages a methodical approach to achieving both personal and professional aspirations. It is a time to harness Saturn's structured influence by pursuing long-term goals with patience and maturity. By balancing responsibilities and focusing on communication, you can make substantial progress in your career and life goals during this transit. For Gemini, Saturn's direct motion in Aquarius starting November brings an intensified focus on self-discovery, higher education, long-distance travel, and philosophical pursuits. Saturn, ruling both your 8th house of transformation and the 9th house of wisdom, journeys, and fortune, creates a rare blend of introspection and ambition. During this time, Saturn's influence will push you to explore deeper truths about yourself and challenge limiting habits or beliefs that may have held you back. As Saturn goes direct, opportunities for growth will emerge, particularly through personal and intellectual development. Saturn's position invites you to engage in self-exploration, focusing on hidden talents, past experiences, and deeper psychological patterns. This is an excellent time to confront and overcome any weaknesses, as Saturn's energy offers you the discipline to foster positive change. Saturn's rulership over your 9th house places an emphasis on higher learning and philosophical exploration. You may find yourself seeking wisdom through structured forms of knowledge, such as academic courses, mentorships, or even exploring ancient scriptures and philosophy. This influence also encourages you to embrace introspective practices, like meditation or yoga, to develop a more grounded understanding of life. With Saturn highlighting the quest for knowledge, you may feel a deep curiosity about matters usually outside your immediate awareness, perhaps venturing into areas such as esoteric sciences, religious studies, or foreign cultures. The combination of the 8th and 9th house energies prompts a transformation of beliefs, where you could start redefining your worldview. The key here is to pursue these new interests in a structured and organized manner, as Saturn rewards discipline. Starting a research project, applying for advanced studies, or even considering a long-term commitment to learning or study could yield significant rewards. This direct motion of Saturn indicates potential for travel, especially work-related journeys that could expand your horizons and open new career possibilities. Travel may also serve as a vehicle for professional growth and could involve visits to foreign countries, cultural exchanges, or conferences. For some of you, this transit could lead to relocation or the consideration of a career path that aligns with a long-term vision. Saturn's aspect of structure ensures that any travel or career move will be well-planned, supporting steady and reliable progress. If there were delays in travel plans during Saturn's retrograde, they may now find resolution. Saturn's direct motion also influences your relationships, especially in the context of intellectual and emotional connections. If you are single, you may feel drawn to those with strong communication skills or intellectual depth, while if you are married or committed, you might experience a shift toward a more mature, structured form of communication with your partner. With Mars debilitated in Cancer during this transit, however, there may be some frustration or challenges in communication. This aspect warns against allowing emotional tension or assertive statements to affect interactions. Practicing patience and avoiding overthinking, particularly in professional settings where misunderstandings may arise, would be wise. Mars' debilitated position in Cancer impacts your communication and mental state, as Mars casts its 8th aspect on Saturn. This influence can lead to emotional volatility, particularly around financial security and material concerns. Saturn's grounded energy will help you balance this, but it's essential to exercise caution, especially if you are managing resources or handling complex discussions with supervisors. Mars' energy could trigger overthinking or a tendency toward impulsive reactions, so it's best to approach situations methodically and with a calm mindset. This period could be challenging if you tend to second-guess decisions, as overanalyzing may prevent progress. By focusing on clear and constructive communication, you can mitigate these issues. Saturn's influence is especially favorable for personal development through mentorship or guidance. As Saturn rules both your 8th and 9th houses, it is a good time to seek wisdom from a spiritual teacher, career counselor, or even a close elder. Consulting with someone who has more life experience can provide you with clarity and direction, especially if past uncertainties have been troubling. This transit encourages you to be open to advice and consider perspectives that align with long-term goals rather than quick fixes. This advice may be particularly helpful in matters of career and personal growth, where structured guidance can have a lasting impact. With the 9th Lord transiting the 9th house, there is strong support for you if you're seeking to advance in academia or professional studies. Those of you considering higher education, such as a master's degree or PhD, will find Saturn's influence highly beneficial for making consistent progress and achieving milestones. Professional opportunities may also arise, offering roles that require both dedication and expertise. Even government job aspirants, or those aiming for promotions in large organizations, might find this an auspicious time. Saturn's direct motion promises a steady rise in reputation if you have been diligent in your professional or academic pursuits, making this an ideal time to pursue career advancements actively. One of the most profound impacts of this transit lies in Saturn's ability to help you develop a personal philosophy. The combined energies of the 8th and 9th houses will enable you to explore unusual perspectives, perhaps through encounters with different belief systems or unexpected spiritual insights. This is an opportunity to cultivate a worldview that is uniquely your own, embracing aspects of wisdom derived from personal challenges, past experiences, or interactions with diverse groups. There may even be a pull toward joining secret societies or engaging in occult studies, as the 8th house influence prompts you to explore life's mysteries. Overall, Saturn turning direct in Aquarius offers you a well-rounded period of growth and discovery. Through disciplined self-reflection, structured study, and intellectual curiosity, you can gain valuable insights and potentially make significant progress in your career and relationships. Embrace these transformative energies with patience and focus, and you'll be well positioned to reap long-term rewards, establishing a solid foundation for years to come. Cancer individuals will find the upcoming months marked by transformations, especially in shared resources, personal relationships, psychological introspection, and material challenges, as Saturn turns direct in Aquarius. Positioned in your 8th house, Saturn's direct motion impacts both your 7th house of relationships and partnerships, and your 8th house of deep psychological processes, shared resources, inheritances, taxes, and in-laws. This period invites you to approach challenges with persistence, courage, and a willingness to delve into deeper emotional and financial landscapes. With Saturn now direct in the 8th house, you'll be immersed in introspection and psychological growth. This transit offers an opportunity to confront deep-seated issues and emotional blocks. Saturn's energy here can bring a wave of difficult emotions and sudden realizations, prompting you to question long-held beliefs and patterns. While this can be intense, Saturn's disciplined influence encourages a steady, methodical approach to these workings, ultimately leading to greater self-awareness and emotional resilience. This is a time for you to strengthen your psychological foundation, and practices like meditation or therapy can help you navigate this introspective period. Saturn's influence in the 8th house highlights matters of joint finances, inheritances, taxes, and other shared resources. You may face financial delays or unexpected expenses, especially if involved in partnerships or sharing assets. Saturn's stern influence requires careful planning and strategic thinking, making this a good time to reevaluate investments, loans, and other financial commitments. If you're dealing with tax audits, insurance claims, or inheritance matters, Saturn's direct motion may bring resolution, but it will likely demand a structured and meticulous approach. Given the significance of the 8th house in financial matters, this period may reveal potential setbacks in shared assets or business ventures, emphasizing the need for you to manage finances prudently. The direct motion of Saturn, ruling your 7th and 8th houses, intensifies the focus on relationships, partnerships, and interactions with in-laws. Existing issues in marriage or significant partnerships may come to the surface, calling for a patient and mature approach to resolution. If you've been contemplating marriage but facing delays, you may now see progress, though the outcome depends on your individual birth chart and dashas. Maintaining harmony with in-laws may be challenging, as Saturn's influence can highlight conflicts related to family expectations or resource sharing. You are encouraged to work on building understanding and cooperation within family and marital relationships to avoid escalated tensions. While the 8th house is typically associated with transformative energies, Saturn's influence in your 8th house can bring recognition and respect from bosses and superiors, especially if you've shown perseverance and dedication at work. You may feel more determined and focused in your career endeavors, leading to favorable outcomes in job security and acknowledgement from authority figures. However, with Mars aspecting Saturn may bring bouts of self-doubt, so balance ambition with patience. Be mindful of overextending yourself or succumbing to workplace stress, especially if work demands impact your personal life. Mars, debilitated in your 1st house, casts an 8th aspect on Saturn in the 8th house, amplifying emotional and material insecurity. Mars' influence can bring sudden shifts in financial stability and personal relationships, heightening your sense of vulnerability in these areas. You may experience intense emotions and stress concerning material security, which could lead to overthinking or emotional outbursts. With Jupiter retrograde in your 11th house of social networks, gains, and aspirations, there may be delays in financial goals or social gains you've been striving for. Despite these challenges, Saturn's direct motion encourages you to remain disciplined and grounded, as persistence will yield positive results over time. Saturn's direct motion can affect your business partnerships and financial commitments, particularly those tied to shared resources or collaborations. If you're in business, exercise caution, as Saturn's influence in the 8th house may bring challenges like delayed profits, unexpected expenses, or potential losses. This period may involve rethinking business strategies or adjusting expectations around profitability. The 7th Lord's transit into the 8th house signifies that partnerships, especially business-related ones, might require renegotiation or a shift in terms. Seeking guidance from a financial advisor or trusted partner can help navigate these complexities, especially if you lack experience in managing shared financial risks. Saturn's presence in the 8th house often awakens a profound interest in spiritual and occult matters, giving you a chance to deepen your understanding of life's mysteries. This period is favorable for exploring alternative practices like research, esoteric studies, or ancient scriptures. If you're inclined towards spiritual pursuits, you may find yourself drawn to philosophies and rituals that encourage self-reflection and inner transformation. For those seeking a mentor or spiritual guide, Saturn's influence can lead you to someone who provides meaningful insights and support. This phase supports spiritual exploration and could be an ideal time for you to seek wisdom through ancient texts, spiritual practices, or therapy. Overall, Saturn's direct transit in Aquarius offers you a transformative period, albeit one that requires resilience, adaptability, and careful planning. While Saturn's energy may initially seem challenging, its structured influence ultimately fosters growth and self-discovery. The lessons learned during this period will strengthen your ability to handle adversity, manage shared resources, and cultivate healthier relationships. By embracing Saturn's disciplined approach, you'll be well equipped to manage future challenges. As Saturn's influence shifts from the 8th to the 9th house next year, you can look forward to a period of clarity, purpose, and positive growth in your personal, financial, and spiritual life. For Leo, Saturn's direct motion in Aquarius, impacting your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and social interactions, will bring a period of deep evaluation and maturation. Saturn governs both the 6th and 7th houses, intensifying its influence on areas of health, conflict resolution, and committed partnerships. This shift will likely enhance your ability to face long-standing conflicts with business or life partners. As a result, you may feel a strong call to resolve these disputes or clarify boundaries, especially if there have been recent tensions. Saturn's presence in your 7th house encourages the building of stable, lasting partnerships, although challenges might require careful handling. This time also offers an opportunity for substantial personal growth and transformation. While Saturn's direct influence in your 7th house supports long-term stability, it is essential for you to maintain open and constructive communication. If you are married or in a committed relationship, misunderstandings may arise, potentially impacting trust and harmony within the relationship. However, Saturn provides an opportunity for couples to work through these issues with patience and mutual respect. If you're single and looking for a serious relationship, the latter half of November may open doors to meaningful connections, provided you remain grounded and realistic about your expectations. In your professional life, Saturn's shift brings an excellent opportunity for new projects, alliances, and workplace responsibilities. You are likely to receive recognition for your dedication and may attract reliable partners or team members aligned with your long-term goals. Saturn's influence encourages structured growth, so partnerships formed now are likely to be rooted in mutual benefit and aligned goals. However, with the 6th house also being activated, you may face some conflicts, especially in professional settings where power dynamics or workload expectations could be sources of friction. During this period, it's important for you to manage work stress, as Saturn's rulership over health-related matters warns against neglecting your well-being. Mars, which is currently debilitated in Cancer, adds another layer of complexity. With Mars occupying your 12th house, linked to expenses, hidden matters, and subconscious issues, its energy may feel weakened, impacting your financial stability and domestic harmony. Mars debilitation can increase emotional reactivity, potentially leading to arguments over financial matters, especially within close relationships. You may need to be particularly mindful of not letting pride or emotional impulsiveness disrupt your relationships. Mars' aspect on your 7th house could create emotional volatility in partnerships or an inclination to dominate, which should be managed carefully to avoid long-term strain. Adding to the complexity, Jupiter is currently retrograde in your 10th house of career, further affecting aspects like career progress, risk-taking, and gains. While Jupiter in Taurus typically enhances career expansion and social network growth, its retrograde motion implies a temporary slowdown, prompting you to reassess your professional choices carefully. This period may delay expected promotions or financial gains, requiring patience. If you are considering a career change or business expansion, it might benefit you to reevaluate your strategies, focusing on consolidating existing resources rather than starting new ventures. While progress might feel stalled, it allows for introspection, ensuring that when the time comes to move forward, your decisions are grounded in stability and long-term vision. In the broader context of relationships, Saturn's influence could surface unresolved conflicts or tensions, encouraging you to face them with maturity and composure. Because Saturn in your 7th house inherently strengthens the themes of this house, you will be able to handle challenges and ultimately create stronger, more resilient bonds with your partners or collaborators. However, as Saturn also rules your 6th house, conflicts in these relationships may not be avoidable and could require deliberate efforts toward compromise and harmony. Enemies or competitors might also become more visible, and conflicts, whether legal, personal, or professional, may require attention. Despite these challenges, Saturn's energy supports diligent efforts to overcome obstacles. Given the health concerns tied to Saturn's rulership over your 6th house, prioritizing your mental and physical wellness is key. You may find that stress related to work or relationship issues impacts your health more than usual. Practicing routines that support both physical well-being and stress relief will be essential during this transit. Saturn's energy, although demanding, can provide the discipline needed to adopt sustainable health practices, such as regular exercise, proper diet, and relaxation techniques. Seeking support or guidance from professionals or trusted friends when challenges arise can prevent small issues from escalating into more significant problems. Saturn's transit brings mixed potential in legal or financial matters, especially if debts or disputes have been ongoing. Saturn in your 7th house signifies a need to work through these issues with patience and persistence. For some of you, loans or past financial decisions may require careful reconsideration and perhaps negotiation with creditors or legal advisors. Legal disputes, if present, may see gradual progress, though results may require patience and consistent effort. Saturn's support during its direct motion offers a chance to bring such issues closer to resolution, although this process may feel slow and labor-intensive. Saturn's eventual exit into Pisces in March 2025 marks a notable transition, which could bring a period of eased responsibility and greater freedom in your relationships and professional life. Until then, this direct motion in Aquarius pushes for the resolution of ongoing conflicts and deep-seated issues in partnerships. If you can approach these matters with Saturn's favored traits of patience, perseverance, and responsibility, you can emerge from this transit with greater clarity, stability, and maturity in your relationships and professional pursuits. For Virgo, Saturn's shift to direct motion in Aquarius on November 15th brings heightened focus on health, competition, and the meticulous handling of routine and responsibility. As Saturn governs both your 5th and 6th houses, this transit specifically activates matters relating to discipline, work ethics, and legal or competitive undertakings. Positioned in your 6th house, Saturn emphasizes health, day-to-day routines, and addressing unresolved issues with diligence and patience. This period offers challenges and opportunities, allowing you to emerge resilient through sustained effort and strategic planning. One of the key areas this transit highlights is your health. With Saturn in your 6th house, you're likely to experience a heightened awareness of physical and mental well-being. If you've faced ongoing health issues, this direct transit could bring the resolution you've been seeking, or it may necessitate additional focus on long-term care. Saturn's disciplined nature encourages a structured daily routine that prioritizes wellness. This is a great time to establish or reinforce healthy habits, whether through regular exercise, balanced diet, or mental health practices. However, be cautious. Since Saturn in the 6th can also signal new health concerns if routines are neglected, it's essential to prioritize prevention and address minor symptoms before they escalate. Career-wise, this period offers promise, particularly if you're in a service-oriented role, administration, law, or healthcare. Saturn's direct motion in the 6th house clears up stagnant career paths, making it a favorable time to explore new skills and responsibilities at work. The focus on discipline and hard work can help you surpass competitors and stand out professionally. If you've been aiming for career advancement or looking to outmaneuver workplace rivals, Saturn's influence could assist you in overcoming obstacles and proving your capabilities. This is also a prime time for undertaking competitive exams or seeking positions requiring specialized skills, as Saturn supports careful planning and a methodical approach to problem solving. In relationships, Saturn's transit brings both stability and practical challenges. If you're in a committed relationship, Saturn encourages maturity and resilience. However, its placement in the 6th house suggests you may encounter relationship dynamics that require adjustment, possibly due to work-related stress or lifestyle changes. Married Virgos might find themselves navigating shifts that impact their time together or bring new responsibilities. Communication and patience will be crucial for maintaining harmony, and a disciplined approach to problem-solving can help you and your partner handle shared responsibilities effectively. If you're single and interested in pursuing romantic relationships, Saturn's influence supports long-term potential but cautions against impulsive decisions, promoting a measured and realistic approach. The transit's challenges extend to managing enemies, legal matters, and potential conflicts with coworkers or superiors. As Saturn strengthens your 6th house of enemies and opposition, you may face rivals or colleagues who attempt to undermine your efforts. However, Saturn's direct motion aids you in navigating such encounters with composure and persistence. If you're engaged in legal disputes, this transit supports favorable outcomes if approached with careful preparation and patience. Saturn's disciplined energy encourages a thorough review of documentation and an organized approach to legal matters, which could prove advantageous in navigating the complexities of the legal system. Financially, while this transit primarily focuses on work, health, and routine, Saturn's influence in the 6th house calls for prudent financial management, particularly regarding debt or potential litigation costs. Since the 6th house also governs debts and loans, this is an opportune time to plan carefully if you have outstanding loans or financial obligations. Cautious budgeting and planning are advisable to avoid potential financial strain, particularly if unexpected health or legal expenses arise. If any financial disputes are ongoing, Saturn's steady influence could eventually help resolve these, but only through disciplined efforts and patience. Jupiter, currently retrograde in Taurus in your 9th house, introduces an element of introspection and reevaluation, particularly concerning long-term goals, educational pursuits, and spiritual beliefs. Jupiter's retrograde position might delay gains from 9th house matters, such as mentorships or international opportunities, and you may need to reassess your approach to higher learning or career growth. Jupiter's aspect on your 1st house offers a layer of protection to your well-being and mental resilience, supporting you in making wise choices. However, you should proceed cautiously when it comes to travel or major commitments in your professional or academic life, as Jupiter's retrograde motion may delay or complicate outcomes. Mars, debilitated in Cancer and aspecting your 6th house from the 11th, could introduce occasional frustrations or impulsiveness, especially in dealing with colleagues or during financial decision-making. Mars' challenging aspect to Saturn in the 6th house might intensify conflicts or amplify existing frustrations, particularly if you feel restricted in fulfilling personal or professional desires. During this transit, it is essential to manage your temper and avoid aggressive reactions, especially when dealing with sensitive matters related to work or finances. Keeping a balanced approach can prevent unnecessary conflicts and strengthen your position in the workplace or social interactions. For students or those involved in creative pursuits, Saturn's rulership of the 5th house brings some complexity to academic and intellectual interests. This period may be marked by an increased focus on competitive exams or challenges in mastering new subjects. The 6th house's association with obstacles and competition implies that success in these fields will require hard work, discipline, and the determination to overcome setbacks. However, with Saturn's backing, diligent efforts can lead to notable accomplishments, especially if paired with a methodical study routine and a structured approach to personal growth. Overall, Saturn's transit through Aquarius requires you to navigate challenges with resilience and adaptability. While this period may bring trials, it also provides the opportunity to enhance your mental strength and problem-solving skills. Utilizing Saturn's disciplined energy will be crucial to thriving amidst challenges, allowing you to refine routines, improve your work performance, and lay the groundwork for long-term success in health, work, and relationships. Libra individuals can expect a substantial transformation, particularly in areas tied to creativity, romance, education, and personal investments as Saturn turns direct in Aquarius this November. With Saturn transiting your 5th house, a sphere encompassing love, personal passions, and creative self-expression, this planetary shift presents you with a surge in energy for personal and intellectual pursuits. Saturn's role as both your 4th and 5th lord amplifies its impact on home life, relationships, and self-fulfillment. If you're looking to expand your intellectual horizons, pursue higher education, or engage in spiritual practices, you'll find this a favorable time for structured growth. With Mars' 8th aspect influencing Saturn, a blend of caution and determination is advised as you navigate this period. The direct motion of Saturn will spark a newfound creative spirit, encouraging you to channel your ideas into tangible projects. The 5th house's association with creativity, personal passions, and self-expression will likely see you actively pursuing interests you may have previously set aside. This transit particularly benefits those involved in artistic or innovative fields, as Saturn's structured influence brings focus and persistence, helping you turn imaginative ideas into successful ventures. This period is especially favorable for any creative pursuits started within the home, as the 4th house's influence highlights activities that connect you emotionally and physically with your surroundings. Saturn's impact here may inspire a passion for home-based projects, which could include anything from interior design to home renovation, art, or personal hobbies that align with your unique interests. If you're single, you might feel drawn to individuals who appreciate originality and creativity, leading to romantic pursuits that celebrate uniqueness and personal expression. This is an ideal time for you to let go of conventional relationship expectations and explore connections that are fulfilling and intellectually stimulating. The 5th house's link to romance means that any relationship formed now will likely carry a deep emotional and intellectual resonance, appealing to your need for a partner who is both thoughtful and engaging. For those of you who are married, this transit may bring a period conducive to family planning, as the direct motion of Saturn creates stability and foresight, ideal for those considering expanding their family. This emphasis on children and personal connections will also encourage you to spend more quality time with loved ones, enriching your home life and strengthening family bonds. Saturn's rule over both your 4th and 5th houses introduces a beneficial focus on real estate and investments. If you've been contemplating real estate deals or home improvements, this period is an opportune time to take concrete steps. Whether it's buying a new property, renovating, or relocating, Saturn's direct motion suggests that real estate-related ventures will yield fruitful results. Speculative investments, particularly in the stock market or other ventures with calculated risks, may finally show returns. However, with Mars casting an 8th aspect from Cancer, you should remain prudent. While opportunities for financial growth are present, it's essential to avoid impulsive decisions, especially in investments, as Mars can create emotional reactions that may cloud judgment. Mars' aspect on Saturn also suggests some potential challenges in the workplace, where frustrations may arise due to personal aspirations clashing with professional demands. This tension might spill over into your personal life, causing misunderstandings with loved ones if not managed carefully. Avoid conflicts with colleagues or superiors, as such disputes could disrupt harmony in other areas, particularly in romantic relationships and family life. Saturn's influence in the 5th house encourages you to adopt a balanced approach to work and personal life, taking structured steps to avoid unnecessary tension that could affect your well-being and relationships. On the academic and intellectual front, Saturn's activation of the 5th house signals a prime period for you if you're pursuing higher education or developing specialized skills. This transit benefits those studying subjects tied to creativity, innovation, or speculative industries like finance, design, or media. If you're enrolled in academic programs, you'll likely find yourself more focused, disciplined, and prepared to excel in exams and projects. If you're contemplating a career change or higher education, Saturn's direct motion could signal the right time to make the leap. Those of you in educational or speculative sectors may witness career progression, gaining recognition for your creativity and dedication. Saturn's stability combined with the 5th house's dynamic energy makes this a productive time for pushing forward in intellectual and professional pursuits. With Jupiter retrograde in the 8th house, you may still face financial delays or limitations. Jupiter's rulership over your 6th and 3rd houses indicates that while you're working hard, your efforts might not yield immediate financial returns. Patience is key here, as Jupiter's retrograde motion signals that monetary rewards are delayed rather than denied. Continue with your current projects and avoid impulsive spending, especially since Jupiter's retrograde position impacts your overall wealth. It is recommended that you focus on your health during this period. Saturn's direct motion aids in maintaining mental resilience, while Jupiter's retrograde prompts mindfulness in managing stress and prioritizing self-care. Social and familial interactions may also require a measured approach. The influence of Mars' debilitation in Cancer might provoke misunderstandings with father, elders, or siblings. Avoid unnecessary arguments or emotional reactions that could strain these relationships. Saturn's grounding energy, however, will help you handle these interactions with maturity. Patience is essential, as the planetary energies at play require you to stay composed and avoid reacting impulsively to provocations. Overall, Saturn's direct motion in Aquarius empowers you to transform your creative ideas into practical achievements, making it a productive period for personal and professional growth. By balancing aspirations with grounded action, you can successfully navigate challenges in your romantic life, family, finances, and career. This transit emphasizes the importance of patience, commitment, and structured effort in all areas, allowing you to cultivate long-lasting progress and fulfillment. Scorpio individuals can anticipate a more stable and nurturing environment, both at home and in the workplace, as Saturn turns direct in Aquarius this November. Saturn's position in your 4th house, the area of home, family, emotional security, and material comforts, will make this an ideal period for strengthening relationships, resolving conflicts, and enhancing personal stability. As Saturn governs both your 3rd and 4th houses, this direct motion activates not only the practical and emotional aspects of family life but also brings opportunities for personal growth through dedicated effort. During this transit, you may feel more drawn to creating a comfortable, peaceful, and harmonious home environment. This might include taking practical steps to improve family relations, perhaps by engaging in meaningful conversations or addressing lingering conflicts, especially with siblings or close family members. Saturn's direct motion supports honest and open communication, making it an ideal time to address misunderstandings and repair strained relationships. Whether it's mending fences with family members or resolving domestic disagreements, this period encourages you to invest in the emotional well-being of your loved ones. This transit is also favorable if you're looking to make major home-related decisions, such as purchasing property, renovating your current residence, or even relocating to a new place. However, due to the influence of Mars' 8th aspect from Cancer, it's wise to proceed with caution, especially when making long-distance travel plans related to real estate or investment ventures. Mars' aspect from its debilitated position in Cancer might cause moments of frustration or impulsive decisions, so it's essential for you to avoid hasty or emotionally charged choices. Instead, approaching these matters with a calm and well-thought-out perspective will help you navigate this period effectively, ensuring that any investments in property or home improvements align with your long-term goals. In personal relationships, you may feel a need for solitude and personal space, balancing your desire for a nurturing home life with occasional moments of withdrawal. This need for balance is essential, as you may feel torn between your responsibilities at home and your need for emotional autonomy. Saturn's influence in the 4th house offers an opportunity to work toward a sustainable work-home balance. If you're involved in family businesses or working from home, you may find a renewed sense of motivation, as the 4th house's energy fosters productivity in a nurturing and familiar environment. For those engaged in remote work or home-based businesses, this transit can bring a productive period, allowing you to build stronger connections with colleagues and improve teamwork. Mars' influence may also stir up tension at home, particularly if you find yourself being too authoritative or demanding with family members. Given that Mars governs your 1st house of self and the 6th house of challenges, there's a possibility that family dynamics could become strained if you take an overly aggressive approach. During this transit, it's crucial to avoid treating family members as adversaries and instead foster a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. By recognizing that your loved ones are allies, you can avoid unnecessary conflicts and create a harmonious home atmosphere. For those of you focused on improving your material comforts, this period offers an opportunity to acquire new assets, such as a luxury vehicle or home improvements. With Saturn as the 4th house lord in its own house, this transit strengthens the 4th house significations, providing the right conditions for you to fulfill your material aspirations. If you're considering significant purchases or investments, you may find yourself able to make these dreams a reality. This period is ideal for emotional growth and satisfaction, as you're likely to find fulfillment through nurturing activities and spending quality time with family. Saturn's rulership of the 3rd house also enhances your drive and determination. You may feel especially motivated to make practical efforts to achieve your goals, whether in family matters, personal projects, or home improvements. If you've been aspiring to enhance your home environment or work toward emotional stability, Saturn's direct motion will provide the structure and discipline needed to make these ambitions a reality. The 3rd house's association with courage and communication means you'll approach these efforts with persistence, making this a period of focused action and tangible results. Financially, Jupiter's retrograde position in Taurus, the sign ruling your 7th house of partnerships and 2nd house of income, may still present some obstacles, especially in business dealings or collaborative financial efforts. Be patient in matters involving joint ventures or income generation, as Jupiter's retrograde can delay expected financial gains. Despite the potential for stagnation, this is a time to keep putting in steady effort rather than making drastic moves, as Jupiter's eventual direct motion will likely bring more promising outcomes in these areas. The influence of Saturn's direct motion in the 4th house will also encourage you to focus on your mental well-being. Emotional health will be essential, particularly as the stability of your home life directly impacts your overall sense of security and happiness. By taking steps to create a calm and supportive environment, you can mitigate stress and achieve a more balanced emotional state. Activities like meditation, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones can further enhance your emotional resilience during this period, providing a solid foundation to cope with any challenges that arise. Overall, Saturn's direct motion in the 4th house promises a period of stability, growth, and emotional fulfillment for you, particularly in areas tied to family, home, and personal security. This transit offers opportunities to strengthen relationships, resolve conflicts, and make tangible improvements to your living situation. By focusing on emotional stability and fostering harmony within your personal environment, you can make significant strides toward a fulfilling and balanced life. Sagittarians are poised to experience notable shifts in communication, personal development, and relationships, with Saturn turning direct in Aquarius from mid-November. This movement of Saturn, a planet known for enforcing discipline, commitment, and structure, will now empower you to strengthen your communication skills and make bold yet calculated decisions that propel your life forward, especially in social and professional domains. This influence will likely introduce new experiences with siblings, bring potential professional growth, and provide greater confidence in self-expression, all while emphasizing the importance of balanced communication and prudent financial decisions. As Saturn governs both the 2nd house of speech and wealth, and the 3rd house of communication and siblings for Sagittarius, its direct movement in the 3rd house sharpens your focus on clear, effective, and meaningful interactions with others, especially close family and friends. This transit brings the potential to improve relationships with siblings, neighbors, and colleagues. The influence of Saturn will encourage you to be more consistent in your efforts, whether working on personal or professional projects. Conversations with siblings may become deeper or more collaborative, perhaps even involving shared goals or financial support. Family bonds may strengthen as Saturn encourages you to take on additional responsibilities that build trust and support among family members. If past misunderstandings have created emotional distance, now is the time to bridge those gaps. Saturn's energy provides a strong foundation to communicate more authentically, resolve conflicts, and gain greater mutual understanding. Socially, you may find yourself called upon by peers or colleagues to lead discussions or assist in navigating group dynamics. This is a great opportunity to build alliances and demonstrate your capacity for steady, thoughtful communication. Saturn's association with the second house of wealth, combined with its transit in the third house of effort and learning, hints at opportunities to boost financial stability through calculated, prudent decisions. This influence can be quite favorable if you've been eyeing investments or business expansions. However, since Saturn rewards discipline and caution, impulsive financial moves should be avoided. You'll likely find yourself making thoughtful plans to safeguard resources or even setting aside funds for skill development and professional growth. At the same time, caution should be exercised, particularly as Mars, a planet that rules both 12th and 5th houses for Sagittarius, is casting an 8th aspect on Saturn. This aspect may cause occasional fluctuations or unexpected expenses related to siblings, personal projects, or business ventures. Mars' influence could create an urge to take financial risks, but you're advised to think twice, focusing instead on sustainable and well-researched investments. Financial discipline and careful budgeting will be critical during this period to ensure that spending aligns with long-term goals. For Sagittarians involved in competitive work environments or pursuing new job opportunities, this Saturn transit brings favorable conditions. Saturn, when direct in the third house, emphasizes the importance of putting forth sustained, diligent effort to achieve career goals. Those working on enhancing communication and presentation skills will benefit immensely from Saturn's direct motion, which encourages structured learning and self-improvement. If you're seeking career advancement, interviews, or even career changes, you may now find yourself in a more favorable position to impress potential employers or business partners. It's an ideal time to attend industry meetups, training sessions, or other skill-enhancing events that can give you the competitive edge needed for career progress. Saturn's role in the third house makes it an optimal period to undertake educational pursuits that add value to your professional repertoire. Whether it's learning a new language, mastering a technical skill, or refining persuasive writing abilities, such improvements will directly benefit your career progression. Jupiter's ongoing influence in the fourth house brings added support from mentors, family, or senior colleagues, helping you integrate new insights into your professional life. While Saturn's energy often focuses on maintaining structure and discipline, its direct transit in the third house will encourage you to make calculated, courageous decisions, especially in personal ventures and social initiatives. This shift might give you a new sense of confidence, prompting you to tackle challenges you previously hesitated to address. The transit's energy may inspire you to explore business ideas, take calculated career risks, or address lingering personal goals. This period marks a strong time for refining and expanding your presence, whether in business, relationships, or personal projects. The influence of the second house's ruler in the third house can create circumstances that require you to support siblings or other family members financially. You may find yourself in a position to mentor or guide younger siblings or friends, adding to your sense of personal fulfillment. Mars' debilitation in Cancer adds a layer of complexity, as it places an 8th aspect on Saturn, potentially causing moments of frustration or impulsivity. You may occasionally feel a need to push boundaries or take bolder actions, but remember that Saturn rewards patience and structured progress rather than hasty decisions. It's advisable to remain grounded, focus on priorities, and avoid letting Mars' influence lead to unnecessary confrontations or disputes. This transit is an ideal time to cultivate mental and emotional resilience through disciplined routines, self-reflection, and perhaps meditation or mindfulness practices. Striking a balance between bold, courageous actions and the methodical, patient approach Saturn endorses will help you make the most of Saturn's transit while preparing for future challenges and opportunities. Overall, Saturn turning direct in Aquarius holds promising potential for advancing in communication, career, and personal relationships. This transit encourages you to put forth disciplined efforts, improve communication skills, and cultivate stronger bonds with family and peers. By focusing on steady, thoughtful progress, you'll be able to harness Saturn's disciplined influence, enhancing both personal growth and financial stability. This period offers the chance to become more courageous, resourceful, and compassionate while building a strong foundation for your future. Capricorns will experience an impactful shift in their financial, familial, and personal growth arenas as Saturn turns direct in Aquarius from mid-November. This transition of Saturn, which rules both your first house of self, personal identity, and your second house of wealth, family, and values, activates a phase focused on enhancing income, financial planning, and prudent decision-making. While the transit may initially introduce some financial strain or additional responsibilities, it offers you opportunities for tangible growth, especially in your career and relationships. The direct movement of Saturn in your second house is a powerful time for you to reevaluate your financial strategies and prioritize building a strong financial foundation. This period may bring increased expenses, particularly in areas related to home, family, or unexpected personal obligations. Be prepared for possible financial commitments toward family or property matters, as Mars, with its 8th aspect on Saturn, could introduce unplanned spending avenues that need careful monitoring. If you have joint investments, especially in real estate or family businesses, exercise caution. Mars' influence here may prompt you to act impulsively, so a disciplined approach to finances is crucial to avoid potential losses. With Jupiter retrograding in your 5th house of speculative gains, it's best to steer clear of risky financial endeavors, as these may not yield favorable returns. Instead, focus on stable investments and careful budgeting, which Saturn's influence supports. If you work in finance-related professions like banking, accounting, or tax, this period is likely to bring recognition and possible income growth due to Saturn's favoring of structure and diligence. By maintaining a balanced approach, you can turn this period into a time of financial consolidation, helping you lay a foundation for future prosperity. Professionally, Saturn's direct movement brings opportunities for you to solidify your role within your workplace and possibly gain the favor of senior figures. Your hard work, consistency, and dedication will be recognized by superiors, opening up chances for career growth, promotions, or additional responsibilities. Saturn's transit highlights a sense of maturity and commitment in your approach, making you more visible and respected in the eyes of authority figures. If you aim to improve communication with your bosses or colleagues, this is an opportune time to cultivate those bonds, as Saturn encourages disciplined, steady, and respectful exchanges. Capricorns in structured roles, such as those in finance, auditing, and project management, are particularly well placed to excel during this transit. Focus on honing your organizational and communication skills, as these will directly impact your professional success. Saturn's influence is about taking slow, calculated steps toward improvement, and you should harness this energy by committing to long-term projects that require perseverance and patience. If you're looking to explore new job opportunities, this is also a favorable period. As Saturn governs your second house of family, it brings an emphasis on family dynamics, personal values, and self-worth. You may find yourself more involved in family affairs or taking on greater responsibility within your household. Any previous tension or discord within the family is likely to see resolution, as Saturn's direct movement encourages stability and understanding in close relationships. You may become a pillar of support within your family, leading discussions on financial planning, property investments, or even joint business decisions. This can help reinforce trust and solidarity among family members. Saturn's focus on your second house's values also encourages you to assess your self-worth and personal priorities. This period may lead you to refine your approach to personal relationships by setting realistic expectations and nurturing mature, respectful communication. If there have been issues with in-laws or other extended family members, approach these matters calmly and with a practical mindset, which Saturn supports. Being mindful of your words and actions will prevent misunderstandings and help you build stronger, lasting bonds. The second house also represents dietary habits, and Saturn's presence here underscores the need for you to be mindful of your nutrition and eating patterns. This transit encourages you to adopt a more disciplined approach to your diet, focusing on balanced, nutritious foods that support overall well-being. If you tend to overeat or snack unhealthily, consider structuring your meals and limiting your intake to ensure you're fueling your body correctly. Saturn's influence promotes a mindful approach, encouraging you to cut down on unnecessary eating and prioritize quality over quantity. As Saturn rules your first house of physical self and identity, this is an excellent time to prioritize your physical health, perhaps through consistent exercise routines, better dietary habits, and a structured lifestyle. Self-care routines that emphasize patience and consistency will yield the best results, as Saturn rewards gradual, sustainable efforts over quick fixes. This focus on health can enhance your energy levels, productivity, and sense of fulfillment, allowing you to approach your responsibilities with greater clarity and resilience. Saturn's influence in your second house will also help you refine your communication style. This is a period when your words hold weight, and thoughtful, measured speech will be key to building harmonious relationships and gaining the trust of those around you. Focus on clear and respectful communication, particularly in professional settings, as this can open doors to collaboration and mutual understanding. Saturn's energy encourages setting realistic, achievable goals rather than striving for immediate results, a principle that will benefit you in both your personal and professional lives. You may feel motivated to adopt a more assertive and goal-oriented mindset, which aligns with Saturn's disciplined nature. Remain focused on long-term objectives and don't allow temporary challenges or setbacks to discourage you. Whether in career, finances, or relationships, your approach during this period should be one of steady, strategic action. By channeling Saturn's structured energy, you can work toward your aspirations with renewed purpose and a clear sense of direction. Overall, Saturn turning direct in Aquarius brings a period of transformation, growth, and responsibility for you. The emphasis on financial planning, family relationships, and personal well-being encourages you to adopt a disciplined, structured approach to your life. You will benefit from focusing on clear, practical strategies to enhance your financial stability, build meaningful connections, and improve your overall quality of life. By embracing Saturn's disciplined energy and prioritizing steady, thoughtful progress, you can navigate this period with resilience and purpose, setting a foundation for future success and stability. Aquarius individuals are set to experience a significant period of personal growth, self-discovery, and career advancement with Saturn turning direct in Aquarius on November 15th. As Saturn rules both your 1st and 12th houses, this transit places an intense focus on your personal identity, career ambitions, self-confidence, and resolution of challenges tied to losses or isolation. This positioning emphasizes Saturn's role in shaping your personality, discipline, and work ethic, with the 1st house accentuating self-image and health, while the 12th house connects to inner growth, expenses, and foreign travels. First and foremost, Saturn's direct motion in your 1st house reinforces your self-confidence and drive, marking a period of intense self-discovery. While Saturn's retrograde phase may have created a sense of stagnation or inner questioning, the shift to direct motion encourages a newfound resilience. You may feel an increased desire to assert yourself and develop a stronger, more stable personality. This transit will enhance your natural leadership qualities, making it an ideal time to pursue positions of responsibility or initiate projects that emphasize your unique vision. Through this transit, you're urged to work on self-discipline and push through previous doubts, allowing you to make substantial personal and professional strides. In career matters, Saturn's direct movement aligns well for you to take on new leadership roles, advance in your field, or undertake substantial projects. This transit supports you in implementing new strategies and making bold, decisive actions that align with your long-term goals. Now is the time to put forward well-thought-out plans and impress superiors with your resilience and maturity. Saturn's influence will encourage a structured and disciplined approach to tasks, making you more diligent and able to manage responsibilities. While you may gain respect and recognition from superiors, Saturn's rulership over both the 12th house of losses and foreign connections suggests that those seeking career growth abroad or within multinational companies may find valuable opportunities. However, careful decision-making is essential to avoid taking on risks that may prove counterproductive, as impulsive actions in professional matters could lead to setbacks. For those in relationships, Saturn's transit can bring about challenges due to external pressures, misunderstandings, or involvement of third parties. This may especially affect you if you're in a committed relationship or marriage, where Saturn's demand for honesty and realistic expectations becomes crucial. You may experience moments of feeling distanced or isolated within relationships, encouraging you to reassess your connections and make conscious efforts to strengthen your bonds. Communication will be key to overcoming misunderstandings, especially since Mars's aspect from Cancer could bring emotional intensity or disagreements. However, this period also presents an opportunity to create a stable foundation in relationships by setting clear expectations and nurturing open, honest dialogue. Financially, Saturn's role as the 12th lord and its activation of the 1st house caution you to be mindful of your spending habits, as both opportunities for growth and potential expenditures arise. The transit may lead to expenses associated with personal development, travel, or long-term investments, particularly those linked to international endeavors or higher learning pursuits. Saturn's connection to the 12th house of losses and Mars's aspect may tempt you to overextend financially, especially in real estate or luxury purchases. While this is a favorable period for building a solid financial foundation through well-planned investments, impulsive financial risks should be avoided. Instead, focusing on structured financial planning, avoiding speculative ventures, and prioritizing essential expenses will benefit you in maintaining stability. On a personal level, this transit presents a remarkable opportunity for you to work on your spiritual and psychological well-being. Saturn's position in the 1st house encourages self-reflection, and for some, this may manifest through solitary retreats, spiritual gatherings, or periods of introspection. Such experiences can lead to profound insights and provide a chance to connect deeply with your inner self. This inward journey can rejuvenate you, allowing you to recharge and return to your daily life with greater clarity and self-assuredness. Saturn's influence may even prompt travel for self-development, such as attending retreats, workshops, or visiting places of historical or spiritual significance. Health-wise, Saturn's direct movement in your 1st house will shift your focus toward maintaining a balanced lifestyle, as Saturn emphasizes discipline and self-care. You may feel more inclined to adopt healthier eating habits, exercise regularly, and make conscious choices that contribute to long-term health benefits. Saturn's influence on the first house, combined with its 12th house rulership, could also serve as a reminder to address any lingering health concerns that may have been neglected during the retrograde phase. Mars's aspect from Cancer suggests that you should avoid impulsive actions that could affect your health, particularly with intense activities or stress-inducing situations. Prioritizing mental well-being, focusing on a healthy lifestyle, and embracing routines that support physical and emotional stability will prove especially beneficial. Overall, Saturn's direct transit in Aquarius presents you with opportunities for personal growth, career advancement, and meaningful self-reflection. This is a period where you can assert your identity, develop greater resilience, and make well-planned decisions that align with your long-term goals. While challenges in relationships and financial matters may arise, this transit ultimately encourages you to navigate these areas with maturity, patience, and careful planning. By focusing on your health, personal development, and strategic career moves, you're likely to experience a transformative period that strengthens your self-confidence and supports your aspirations for growth. Pisces individuals may experience significant transformations in your spiritual, social, and financial areas as Saturn turns direct in Aquarius this November. This direct motion of Saturn, the ruler of your 11th and 12th houses, shifts your focus from introspective reflection toward outward actions that support spiritual growth, foreign connections, and even the fulfillment of certain long-standing aspirations. Although you may encounter challenges in managing distractions, expenditures, and potential career stagnation, this transit encourages you to find balance by embracing a detached perspective and building resilience. With Saturn's direct motion in the 12th house, traditionally associated with spirituality, isolation, and subconscious desires, you might feel a strong pull towards self-discovery and introspection. This house also represents detachment from material pursuits, urging you to explore what truly fulfills and sustains inner peace. Saturn's guidance here may awaken your desire to confront past fears, let go of attachments, and embrace spirituality on a deeper level. This period may involve moments of quiet contemplation or even a retreat to peaceful, spiritually nourishing environments, where you can gain profound insights about life's purpose. One key aspect of this transit is Saturn's encouragement to release material entanglements and allow growth in areas less tied to societal or financial pressures. You may feel drawn to charities, engaging in selfless acts without seeking personal reward, which can instill a sense of satisfaction and inner calm. Meditation, mindfulness practices, and contributions to charitable causes are also likely to resonate with you during this transformative period, providing a sense of self-renewal. In the workplace, this Saturn transit might bring a slower pace or even a feeling of stagnation, requiring patience. Saturn suggests that certain career gains could be delayed or need reassessment. This is especially true as Mars, currently debilitated in Cancer and aspecting Saturn, may lead to distractions or misaligned efforts in professional settings. While you may feel an urge to advance quickly, it's beneficial to resist hasty decisions, particularly with foreign job opportunities or long-term investments. Saturn and Mars' combined influence advises you to evaluate whether a particular career path truly aligns with your aspirations before making commitments. With Jupiter retrograde in your 3rd house of effort and communication, exercise caution when forming alliances or partnerships for business or career purposes. Jupiter's influence over finances may slow financial returns, particularly with large expenditures or foreign investments. However, Saturn's transit can ultimately strengthen your career by encouraging a mindful and grounded approach to professional growth. Because Saturn rules your 11th house of social networks, friendships, and aspirations, its direct motion in the 12th house may lead you to expand your social circles internationally or connect with individuals from diverse backgrounds who inspire growth. You may also reconnect with people who challenge your perspectives, fostering self-confidence and a clear sense of personal identity. The 12th house also speaks to hidden aspects of relationships, and you may find yourself addressing unresolved issues in close partnerships. Saturn's energy will bring these matters to the forefront, allowing you to resolve them with maturity and understanding. In romantic relationships, this transit can encourage both partners to work through difficulties together, building a stronger foundation based on mutual respect and spiritual understanding. However, with potential distractions arising, patience and empathy are crucial for maintaining harmony. As the 12th house is associated with expenses, be mindful of finances during this period. Saturn's connection to the 11th house of gains may create conflicting feelings about spending and saving. While certain investments, particularly related to business or foreign interests, may seem appealing, it's essential to weigh their long-term viability. There might also be an inclination toward charitable donations or expenses supporting spiritual causes, which aligns well with Saturn's placement here. Careful budgeting and a cautious approach to significant purchases or commitments are recommended. This transit may also inspire you to consider investing in retreats, wellness programs, or travel connected to spiritual growth. However, with Jupiter retrograde, exercise caution, as not every opportunity may yield the desired outcomes. Focusing on meaningful investments rather than impulsive spending can prevent potential losses and support financial stability. Saturn's transit through the 12th house often brings attention to mental and physical well-being, especially issues that may have been overlooked. You might feel heightened sensitivity to stress and distractions, making it essential to develop a steady routine and prioritize restful sleep. Practices that support relaxation, such as meditation or gentle exercise, can help manage stress and promote physical and mental health during this time. The 12th house also highlights subconscious patterns and deep-seated fears that can impact your health and peace of mind. Saturn's direct motion encourages you to confront these internal struggles, gradually transforming them into strengths. A dedicated focus on self-care can yield significant improvements, offering a sense of inner calm and resilience. By aligning your lifestyle with your spiritual growth, you can create a balanced approach that nourishes both your mind and body. This transit emphasizes the value of detachment, prompting you to find fulfillment beyond material aspirations and social validation. Saturn's direct motion may bring a realization that true success comes from inner peace and spiritual integrity. If you feel trapped in material pursuits, Saturn's energy can guide you toward detachment from outcomes and cultivating gratitude for life's simpler pleasures. While potentially challenging, this focus on detachment ultimately brings emotional resilience, self-confidence, and an enduring sense of purpose. Overall, Saturn's direct motion in the 12th house offers you a unique opportunity to redefine your values, connect with your spiritual essence, and pursue inner growth. By embracing patience, detachment, and reflection in both social and professional ambitions, you can navigate this transit in a way that fosters lasting fulfillment and self-assurance. As we wrap up this transit episode, remember that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. If you'd like more personalized predictions for their specific zodiac sign or have any questions about their astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If they found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more astrology insights. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so they never miss an update. Thank they once again for joining us, and we eagerly anticipate sharing more astrological wisdom with they in the future. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.